Assalamu alaikum, family. Good afternoon. Peace be unto you. My name is Cassandra Muhammad, and today we're gonna do another video dealing with self-relationship. I was reading a story rather online, and there's an outcry about one of our little sisters, one of our little girls in these schools with braids, and she's being told that her braids are inappropriate and she can't wear her braids to school. And then my grandson came home the other day from getting a haircut, and he usually have a part, but he can't even wear a part in his head when he gets a haircut because they having all these rules against little black children with their hair. So are we going to be told now that our children can't wear their natural hair, or our sons can't have a part in their hair? I mean, what's next? What are they going to be telling us we can't do next? Come on, black people. We can't be living in a society where we're being told what we can and cannot do. This makes no sense. We have churches in our neighborhoods. We need to turn these churches into schools. It is something wrong when black people can't come together for a few minutes, sit out and hash out a plan to turn our churches into schools. And I am not saying go to the government for whatever these grants they give you to open up these charter schools. No, I'm talking about us coming together as a community, putting our nickels, dimes, quarters, and dollars and pennies together and turning our churches into a school. Now, I don't mean that it doesn't have to be a church anymore. That's not what I'm saying. Let's be realistic here. Let's not just look at the surface, okay? We're deeper than the surface. Look beyond what I'm saying. We have to protect our future. These children are our children are being hurt. We have to step up as adults and overseers of our children to make sure they are protected. There is no way that a black teacher, or if it was an all black school, we wouldn't do anything as idiotic as that anyway, telling a child that, they can't wear a part in their hair, or they can't wear we're not petty and shallow like that. But they are. They're very intimidated. But my thing is that we have to come together and get things popping for our children. Excuse the language I just used about popping, but I couldn't think of what it is that I wanted to say, the word I needed to say right there. But we have to come together and get things rolling. There are abandoned buildings that we could come together. If you don't want to turn your church into a school, let school be held in your church for our children. There are abandoned buildings that we need to come together and open up a school. We need to do these things for our school, people. Come on, we can't continue to be letting them tell us what we can and cannot do. Get up, get together, build our community, plant community gardens, open up community grocery stores, open community banks, build our neighborhood, rent to our own people. This is what we must and should be doing. Opening up our own beauty supply stores. We have to be doing these things, y'all, because we are being mistreated and abused out here, and it don't make sense for us to keep complaining about the same thing for dang near 400 years. This makes no sense. That means something is wrong. There's also a video out. I don't know how true this video is. Once I thought about it, I was like, that video just don't seem to be accurate. But what it is that video where that guy that Asian punched that sister in the face. Now that I believe that part is true, that he punched her in the face. And then supposedly some brothers came out and started protesting. I believe that part could be true, but the part that I don't think is true, they said that the Asian guy offered 50% off of his store supplies, that the sisters lined up to go into his store and walk out with boxes. You all please let me know if that's true. Make a comment about that in the comment section so I can know, because I just don't find that true. The reason why I don't find that part true is because they will do anything to stop our unity. And especially if it look like our black men is stepping up to protect us and do something for us, they will do anything that they can do to knock that down and to make us think like, oh, hey, the brothers, the sisters, went out there and overtook the brothers when the brothers was trying to do something. And the brothers be like, doing the same thing but on a different tip. So, we got to be careful out here today. For one thing, we have to really, really come out of America. We have to come out of her way of doing things and come up with our own way of doing things. It's time for us to come out on our own now. Everything we do is wrong for these people. Serena Williams can't even wear a bodysuit that helps protect her life without some white woman having a problem with it. But you see what her white men did, that they got behind her. Hell, I don't even think Serena's husband came out and said nothing about what they were saying to her. He never comes out and says anything from what I have research and say anything about what these white people are saying about his wife. I mean, so come on, black people. We have to come together. We have to start doing this because they are hurting our children, and by doing that, they're hurting us. And that has a lot to do with us having self-love and having a relationship with ourselves. We cannot continue to be like we are. We have to learn how to love ourselves and start doing something for ourselves. This is all a self-relationship. You can't go out and continue to try to build a relationship with other communities when you haven't built a community, your community, your own community with yourself. I mean, do we actually think God is pleased with this? You got to sit down and do some soul searching. Do you actually think God is pleased with us not coming together for at least put some schools up? I mean, come on. God helps those who help themselves. I don't understand why we don't have schools. We got to do better. This is very, very concerning for me and with me. And I sit and I try to come up with plans, but I'm telling you, it's hard to. No, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to be negative, and I don't want to be judgmental either. I want to look at it in an objective light. I understand, some things, but this right here is too simple. We can't continue to let them dictate to us what we can wear, how we can wear our hair. I mean, after a while, if y'all don't do anything, they'll start writing laws on you. It's against the law to wear your hair braided. You know what I'm saying? It's against the law to have a part in your head. If you don't stand up and do something now, brothers and sisters, you can't continue to go around and be told what you can and cannot do. That's just not going to work. That's not going to work. God has our back. All we have to do is have each other's back. Stand up. Fight for one another. Do things for one another. Love one another. You can't be out here loving everybody else, talking about God love everybody. Okay, well then, if God say love everybody, if he says love everybody, our community should be reflecting that. Everybody else community reflect that they love themselves. You go over into Asian community, they don't have no black businesses set up over there. You go over in white communities, they dadgum sure don't have no black businesses set up over there. You go into India area, they don't have no black businesses set up over there, but everybody I just named can come to a black community and set shop up, and we will go to those people rather than go to our own. Something's wrong with that. We really have to examine all this love we say we have, and we won't even come together over something simple as putting a school, making our church into a school. If you can't put a building up, or if you can't purchase a building, come together as a community and hell, turn your house into a school. Turn your church, because we got to get our children out of these schools. They can't continue to go to these schools. I mean, they're arming the teachers, so that means that your black child, which if they have a white teacher, with that white teacher hate, go into there, she or he will be looking for a reason to pull that gun out and shoot your child. Come on. We have to do better than this. Just like our brother lost his life in Florida at that John Madden championship. The white guy came in and shot him. Well, the black guy and the white guy, from the story that I heard, was supposed to be friends. The white guy was advertising for the brother, putting his T-shirts and stuff out there from what I heard. I'm going by, this is hearsay, but still, it has a lot to do with the story I told about Sir John Hawkins and how he lived among the Africans for 20 years and befriended them. That white guy did that for 2 years, from what I heard. And the black guy thought he was cool. Then he comes in, the black guy didn't think he had to be on cautious, around the white boy. And the white boy ended up killing him, shooting him and killing him. Come on, we got to stop this here. All this, I have friends, and you don't even like your own people. So if you don't like your own people, that means you don't like yourself. So how you going to be friends with somebody else and you're not even friends with your own people? That is mathematically impossible. Impossible. Now, I know black people, I know how sometimes, yes, I know how we can act, but that's self-hatred, the reason why we act like that. That's why I'm telling you, there's no way that you can be friends with some other people and you are not even friends with yourself. When you're friends with your brother, you're friends with yourself. When you're friends with your sister, you're friends with yourself. But you have to go to my Patreon, where I talk about, in my Patreon, I talk about knowing when your body signals will let you know when you have a person in your atmosphere that does not belong there. So you got to please become a follower of mine on my Patreon. Get a hold of that video, because that video is very, very relevant to knowing who to allow in your circle and who not to allow in your circle. I just wanted to rant. This is really like a rant video because, it just concerned me. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. And I look forward to talking to you again. Talk to you later. You guys have a great afternoon. Peace, everyone.